Amusing and best-selling hardly begin to describe One Punch Man, which is arguably one of the most popular anime of our time. That's why I've chosen to spotlight the best fights from this superhero series. Yep, I'm showcasing the most epic fights from this legacy of a franchise that's about our darling hero who gets bored from a lack of challenge. Worthy opponents or not, this tale has no shortage of OP fight scenes, and it's all thanks to Yusuke Murata, who can make these fights look insane on just a piece of paper. I mean, I just keep coming back for more like a goddamn crackhead. But before we start, do you think Saitama can beat Goku? I would love to know who you guys think would win this epic battle. Now, sit back, relax, and let's get the show started. Our first fight between S-Class Zombie Man and the vampire Pureblood is special for a multitude of reasons. The battle takes place in the Monster Association arc, which is going to make up most of the upcoming third season of OPM. It also showcases what Zombie Man can do, and I have to say, he's become one of my favourite heroes. You see, unlike other heroes who usually blast or punch their way out of a tough situation, Zombie Man isn't an explosive character. His strength comes from the fact he's a freaking zombie. And if zombie shows have taught you anything, you would know that these creepy monsters can be hard to kill. Another special thing about this battle is its dark setting, which is really different from what you've come to expect from the series. So it's safe to say this is one battle you should absolutely be looking forward to in Season 3. Next up at number 9, we have S-Class hero Metal Bat facing off against the ever-evolving supervillain Gato. Now before we even start, I have to say I'm a big fan of Metal Bat. I mean, just look at the guy. He's got that old school wise guy look going on, and he even has the character depth to complement his aesthetics. His fight against Gato was pure entertainment. Remember, at this point, Gato had already defeated an S-Class hero, and for a moment it looked like Metal Bat was going to be his next victim. But I'm sure you guys were just as hyped as I was when we realized Metal Bat was a masochist, and he got stronger the more beating he took. I am certain that Gato would have been a smear on the pavement had a little girl not saved his life. And these twists and turns are exactly why it's one of the best fights in the series. Moving on to number 8, we have a fight featuring a cyborg and a cat. Yeah, I know it sounds insane, but Drive Knight is a cyborg and Neon used to be a household cat, so I don't know how else to describe it. In chapter 118 of the manga, these two weirdos go toe-to-toe in one of the most intense battles of the Monster Association arc. The fight begins when Drive Knight steps in to stop Neon from causing any more damage. Now, even though he might look like a cat, Neon is a dragon-level monster and has already shown us that he can catch bullets in mid-air. His speed, coupled with his cunningness, makes him a mighty foe for a hero like Drive Knight, who initially is overwhelmed by Neon's speed. Once again, I won't be spoiling the fight for you, but I would say that this one is special because of just how much our hero has to evolve to even stay alive against this one-of-a-kind monster. Up next, we have the battle against the Deep Sea King. I'm sure you all knew that this was going to be on the list. I mean, how can you ignore the amount of character development we see in this fight, as many side characters win our hearts for the first time in the anime. It even allows Saitama to shine by giving him a chance to show his more considerate side. And let's not forget that all this is happening while a freaky monster is taking down S-Class heroes to assert his dominance. This was the first glimpse of just how awesome fights can be in OPM, and for this very reason, it is one of my favourite fights in the entire series. At number 6, we have the showdown between Flashy Flash and Ninja Bros. Now, Flashy Flash is not a complicated hero. I mean, he's S-Class, which means he's really strong, but his strength mainly depends on his otherworldly speed, which seemingly has no match. But even he had to pull out all the stops while fighting the tag team of Hellfire Flame and Gale Wind. These two extremely strong monsters were wreaking havoc and would have defeated any other hero thanks to the speed of their attacks. But unfortunately, they ended up confronting Flashy Flash. The battle that ensues here is fast-paced and beautifully illustrated in the manga panels like these. But I think this fight will get a chance to shine even more once it gets animated, since that medium is much more optimized to depict such a fast-paced battle. The next fight on our list is a show of Garo's ultimate potential as he battles multiple heroes simultaneously, even in an injured state. As some of you might remember, this fight takes place at the end of Season 2, when multiple A-class and B-class heroes surround Garo to bring him to justice. The way Garo dispatches these heroes with not just brute strength, but intuitive tactics is a thing of beauty. And the best thing is that this isn't even the main course. It isn't long before Genos joins the fight, but even he has difficulty tackling this seemingly indestructible foe. In the end, Bang and his sensei team up to beat the life out of Garo to take him out of the fight. This battle was not only perfectly animated, but also had a score that kept you on the edge till the very end. In a season marked by inconsistencies, this was a true gem. At number 4, we have the battle between Child Emperor and Phoenix Man. This fight created a ton of hype when it was first released a couple of years ago. In the battle, Phoenix Man comes back to life as a dragon-class monster after dying at the hands of the kid hero. We soon find out that just like Gato, Phoenix Man can keep leveling up as long as he gets beaten to a pulp and goes through a near-death experience. This makes him an especially difficult monster, and even as someone as strong as Child Emperor finds it hard to stay alive against his ultra-strong wind-based attacks. In this fight, we even get to witness a different side of the prodigious hero, and he even uses his ultimate attack, which is bound to surprise many of you. But in my opinion, this fight really stands out because Phoenix Man has a rather sad backstory, and you can't help but cheer for the guy even though he's turned to the dark side. Next up, we have arguably the steamiest battle of the series so far. It's an all-out war between the second-ranked S-class hero Tatsumaki versus a gorgeous yet unholy fusion of Psychos and Orochi. The battle begins after Psychos takes over Orochi's body to get strong enough to face Tatsumaki, who has already beaten her. Their fused form, known as Psychorochi, is an extremely strong being, which is to be expected since Psychos and Orochi are the leaders of the Monster Association. However, Tatsumaki is no slouch either. As we've seen during the war against the aliens, she can do some rather insane things with her psychokinesis. The battle between these supreme beings is one for the ages, and once again, Muratas's art brings it to life in a spectacular fashion. At number 2, we have the genre-defining battle between Saitama and Lord Boros. Which exploded on the internet when it was aired at the end of Season 1. This fight has been covered so many times and analysed from so many angles that I don't even know if I can say anything new about it. What I will state, however, is the fact that this one fight showed us how cool and breathtaking the battle genre can be if we put a team of passionate creators behind it. The sheer scope of the fight and the level of animation at display here easily makes it one of the greatest fights in all of anime, and certainly one of the best in the One Punch Man series. Now before we continue, follow in Saitama's footsteps and smash the like button, smash that subscribe button so that we can keep bringing you more videos like this one. And this brings us to the best fight in OPM so far, the cosmic clash between Saitama and Godgoro. Now if you haven't been keeping up with the manga, this might be a little hard to follow, and I won't be explaining anything either since I don't want to spoil such a great story for anyone. Still, if you're wondering what a Godgoro is, well, it's the ultimate form of Garo after he gets juiced to the gills by God himself. The result is a monster who can destroy entire solar systems and can withstand even the serious punches from our bald hero. This battle was long and had so much going on, but what made it unbelievably special was the way it kept you guessing as to what was going to happen next. So far, we had only seen Saitama annihilating people, but here he's taking damage and is in serious trouble against Gato, who's literally throwing fusion bombs with his punches. I really don't know how you can animate such an intricate fight without losing some of its essence, but the way animation is improving gives me hope that one day a studio will find a way to give this battle the animation it deserves. And that wraps up today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.